All right. This one's a kicker. Conscientiousness. Exceptionally low. You are exceptionally low in conscientiousness, which is the primary dimension of dutiful achievement in the Big Five personality trait scientific model. Conscientiousness is a measure of obligation, attention to detail, hard work, persistence, cleanliness, efficiency, and adherence to rules, standards, and processes. Conscientious people implement their plans and establish and maintain order. And I have no conscientiousness. How the hell do I get anything done? Great question. My wife about lost it when she saw my score here because, yeah, I don't have any attention to detail. I don't really want to work hard. I don't persist through things. Cleanliness is not a big issue. Efficiency and adherence to rules. Remember my politeness score? Yeah, not so much. Standards and processes. I'm going to challenge the status quo, and I'm not going to work that hard. Now, granted, all that said, one of my mottos is work smarter, not harder. I never want to do the same thing twice. And that's actually part of the conscientiousness model. And the other thing, too, is with some of this, like the conscientiousness, very conscientious people are very detailed, very precise, very boxy in their thinking. People that are not conscientious are strategically minded. They're big box thinkers. They're in the sky, and they're looking at everything and trying to put it all together. So for strategic planning, you want a non-conscientious thinker because they get outside the box. They don't want any of these boxy things going on in the details. They want to get a general gist of what's going on. That can be really powerful. But that's where most of your entrepreneurs come from. But what do entrepreneurs do? They start 3, 4, 5 businesses, which all fail, until they figure out how to be somewhat conscientious despite a personality that's not. And that's not easy. And that's one of the biggest things I've been struggling with for the last 10 years, right? As an entrepreneur, as I got some money and I'm able to do my life the way I want and pursue things. And it's been very difficult to nail myself down. I've learned a lot, but my wife, on the other hand, is conscientious. She wants to get stuff done. She wants an orderly plan. She likes organized. Everything in life should be organized. And she married me. God help us, right? God help us. People exceptionally low in conscientiousness do not consider duty as a virtue or an obligation. Instead, they regard those who slog away diligently on their tasks as suckers, teachers, pets, and bootlickers. You know, that's not, I wouldn't totally agree with that. Some of them are going to agree with that, but it's not so much that getting these things done, like people are suckers. It's more like why. What is so important about getting it done a certain way as long as it gets done? That, I think, is probably more important for me. They will not even work hard if directly and continually pushed by outside forces, supervisors, spouses, friends, and parents. They can be exceptionally skilled at wasting time and slacking off and justifying it. They're almost certain to procrastinate, particularly if they are also above average in neuroticism. Okay, so actually what's interesting about this is these are tendencies in your behavior that you can see that a non-conscientious person does, but why? And actually, as I'm looking at this, the Enneagram actually explains why. A healthy, non-conscientious person actually is moving towards being somewhat conscientious. They find an area in life and they do stuff. An unhealthy, an emotionally unhealthy person like me, who's non-conscientious, like a type 5 Enneagram, right? That's what this is part of me here, is a type 7. They go and they play. They do these things. They procrastinate. They don't get stuff done. They play, okay? And they push back on other people who push on them because they can't see how things are supposed to go. But when they're emotionally healthy and properly engaged, they can still produce. I'm standing here doing this video. Why? This is me being conscientious. I have gathered information about my own life and my own situation that I want to share with other people. Is it work for me to stand here and do this video? Yes. That work, that's being conscientious. I'm going to finish this and put it out there on YouTube. That's me following through. Now, Do I go about this in a methodical manner? Nope. My wife would look at me like, you're crazy the way you do this. She's right. It's crazy. But I'm a non-conscientious person. I have to find my own way to do things. Now, that also means that I don't do well in a structured environment. I'm not going to thrive there, not in a truly deeply structured environment. I do need some structure, don't get me wrong. Everybody needs structure. But your conscientious people, they need a lot of structure to be okay. Me, I need a little bit of structure and then a whole lot of leeway so that I can pursue things the way I need to. And I also do need to be emotionally growing, right? So Enneagram type 8 instead of type 7. As a type 5, I should be growing towards a type 8. And I need to keep these things in mind emotionally as I'm trying to produce. Anyway, I know that was a bit of a ramble, but it's important to tie these different concepts together, because sometimes you look at this and you go, well, I don't even know what to do with that. I'm a procrastinator and I've done it all my life, but why? That's what I've been trying to understand. And that's what this is. When I tie the Enneagram to this, it helps me understand why this is happening. And that can be really powerful to change your life and to help you hopefully you move forward in ways that I've been moving forward. Okay, let me pause there.